Alright, and we are back. Oh, the clock is so amazing. So we're going to do the dress and the flowers and then some finishes washi tape, but I've decided, since I promised this to be a full pencil tutorial, let's just do that. You know, keep it really wholesome, I guess, and not extra. And just sticking to that vibe. So we're going to do the dress. And still sticking with the original, I was going to change it up and do some pink, but looking at the background, I think the flowers will just make that background pop a bit more. So we'll stick to the original color scheme. Maybe just make it more vibrant than the original painting. Going in with 501. These areas are darker, so I'm going to zoom in because I know you guys love it when I zoom in. Lower part of the body is a lot darker, so instead of going in straight with color, let's do our shadows first. So I want to go in with Noir, and I know that I say that we should be using colors to deepen things, but in this case, because it's so dark down here and I've used that Noir down here, we're going to use the Noir again just to build those colors up, or build that same type of contrast. So with a light hand, we're just going to do a shade and blend it up. And here on the right, you want to create that contrast that's coming from the shadows and the shadow of the hand against the dress, and bring that into the arm. Here we're going to go full shade. Okay, so that's the underpainting. We're going to go in with a dark blue to kind of soften out the black. So you want to go in with the 514. The Nor was a 017. So going on top with the 017, you go in with this ultramarine blue and you just soften that out. Only in the areas that will be blue. So these areas that don't have any of the flowers in them, they will be blue. And I want you just to soften that black out. Here we're going to start putting some of this ultramarine on the sleeves of the shoulders. Here I'm going to bring it in slightly by maybe half a centimeter. Now we're going to go in with some of that peacock blue, which is the 501. I'm doing a shade of this color through the trimming and a shade in everything else, and this will just give me a really good guideline of where things are sitting, whether there needs to be more of a teal tone to match the background or not. So now that you've placed in those colors, you can go in with that Shamrock Green, which is the 605, and this is that green blue tone that we had in the background, and we're just going to run this also on top in the same type of pressure, and this will give us the kind of indication of where our colors are sitting, if it's too green or too blue. So you don't want to go in too hard, and it's ultimately why it's really important to work in thin layers. Be patient as you can, and don't try to rush things too much. I'm going a bit harder here under the watch, just because this color will be dark and I want to condense it so that it's not going to move. So that's the right tone that I'm going for. And then here under the arms, I want the same tone to kind of match as well. So I'm going a bit harder towards the arms, and then I'm fading it out. And same thing here as well. I'm fading it beneath the hand and I'm softening it right down and lifting my pressure. And then when I'm working from the bottom, I'm also going to go a bit harder towards the black zones, and then I'm going to soften it as well, like that. You want to do the same thing here where it's black, and that way we can lock in that darkness and then kind of blend it out. Same thing here on the right. We're going to lock in that darkness where the shadows will fold. Now I want to go in with Sky Blue, which is 500. We're going to go in with a blue grey, and the reason why I'm going in with like a cool tone grey is because I want it to be dark still, but I want to knock back the vibrancy. So this is 003, and I'm going to use this colour to burnish everything down. You want to go in with your koala grey, which is a 011. So you're going to kind of soften out that gnaw that we put down. And then I'm going to go in with the stone grey, which is 005. I want to go in with a medium type of grey, and this is the cloudy grey, which is 008. We're just going to blend out that gnaw colour. Now I'm going to go in with a white Posca pen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dot the lines. And that way we're still going to keep the, I guess, parts of the line work. It's almost going to use it as a shadow in a way. And these little white dots, I'm hoping will mimic like sparkles. run and finish this off. So, not using any black because we're going to make the flowers more vibrant. We're going to go in with the 514 and let's see, I might just, maybe we will zoom in as close as we can get it and then move across one by one. You want to go in with the 501. Small circular motions. I'm going to go into that ultramarine and blend that out. So my pressure is a bit harder there. Then I'm going to fade it down to the center. Then I want to go in with my sky blue, which is 500. I'm going to run this same color to the center, and then I'm going to finish with the robin egg blue, which is a 503. I'm going to burnish these petals besides the center bit, like so. And then in with white, which is 001, and then burnish these areas. And then in with two colors, which is the Tuscan yellow, Tuscan Sun, which is the 108, and then you want to go in with honey, which is 105, and then you're done. Let's try and get a yellow Posca pen. Towards this one, same process. In with the ultramarine blue, which is 514. And then in with the peacock blue, which is 501. Blending that out. You want to go in with your sky blue, which is 500. Run it across to the center. In with the robin egg blue, which is the 503. And then you want to go in with white, which is 001. And then in with the 108. And then in with honey, which is 105. I'm going to go in with a darker blue. This is blueberry blue, which is 511. So with these two, I actually want to make it a bit darker in some areas. So I'm going to bring it in, create more of that contrast. Towards the bottom, in with that 511. And then you want to go in with your ultramarine, which is 514, blend that out. And then you want to go in with the 501. You want to go in then with the 500. And then the 503, and we're going to burnish the outer bits. And then the 001. And then the Tuscan Sun, which is 108. And then the Honey, which is 105. You want to go back in with your 511. Now to the other side. With Ultramarine, which is the 514. And then you want to go in with your 501. This one's not going to be as dark as the other one. And then in with the 503. And the 500. Burnish everything. And then bringing it down in with your white, which is 001. You want to burnish those lighter areas. And then in with your Tuscan Sun, 108. And Honey, which is 105. These ones we'll do together. This one's going to be a bit darker, but we're not going to go as dark as the other side. So you want to go in with the Ultramarine Blue, which is the 514. Then you want to go in with the Peacock Blue, which is 501. We want to blend that out. And then you want to finish with the 500. And then down here, in with your Ultramarine, which is the 514. And then 501. And then 500. Bring that 500 down. Going in with the 503. You want to finish those petals off. And then you want to go in with your white, which is the 001. Finish off at the centers. Go in with your yellow. So the first yellow is 108. And then you want to go in with 105, which is right here. And I'm going to mix it with something else. And I think that's my straw yellow. So with this one, it's not a felt tip nib, it's the plastic nib. So I made sure I shook it a bit. And then we're just going to add dots. This is the yellow. The other one was straw yellow, which has more of a milky tone. Might throw in some white. Okay. I want to add some darkness towards the bottom. I'm going to go in with the cloudy grey, which is the 008. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm gonna add some of the koala grey, which is 011. And we're going to go in with the onyx, which is the 016. in with a stone grey, which is the 005. Just running that on the skin, and what that's going to do is blend out that onyx, soften those edges. And there we go. It's actually, what I'm going to do is the 303. I just want to run this across the brows, just really lightly. And it just, you can't tell now, but it just reconnects with the hair tone, just because this coyote brown has a bit of a yellow tone to it, and because we've already placed the grey, it's reconnecting. So some final touches that I want to do is, I'm going in with a Stablo fine liner. This is a 0.4, and I'm just going to add some lash strokes. And just that extra detail just makes the eyes just pop so much more. So guys, I really liked the outcome of this piece. The piece was Keeping Up, which is this one. I really loved the outcome, and this is done in Arteza pencils. It's not something fancy using polychromers or Holbeins or Faber-Castells or Prismacolors, etc. I'm using Arteza pencils, and Arteza pencils are, in my opinion, mid-range cost in terms of high quality artist quality, but it's still professional. It's still really vibrant, it's still really buttery and smooth, lays really well. And I came into this thinking that there's no way I would be able to create like a skin tone type of effect, something just as nice as what I do with a Prismacolor or polychromos, but I did. And I actually used a similar color scheme to the original painting. The original painting is really kind of darker toned, and I kind of brightened things up following a similar tone, blondes and the same type of colored dresses and flowers and everything. Eyes the same, skin really similar. So I wouldn't say it's an exact replicate of the original painting, because there's no way I can create something as close, but following a similar type of palette, I've been able to create something really pretty. And I came into it thinking I might mix it up. I might not go exactly as the original palette, but as I was going along, doing things one by one, the skin, the hair, the background, and it kind of felt right to follow this existing palette. And I know sometimes you guys like it when I do things on my own spin, and I'll probably do something like that in the next piece that I do. But I think for my first piece in this Alice in Wonderland book, I really loved it, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys learned a lot with this tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoyed using Arteza pencils. Now, if you don't have Arteza pencils and you have Prismacolors or polychromos and you want to follow this palette, check out my substitution colour wheel, which is available on Etsy for 10 Australian dollars. You get 21 sheets of these wheels, blank and coloured in, and they're basically a substitution wheel. So it's going to substitute you from the Artezas to a polychromos to a Prismacolor, whatever you have in your set. And if it's not something that I've already built, so if it's not one of the brands that I've pre-developed in the pack, you can use your own brand. So if you're using something like a Crayola or one of those AliExpress or eBay products, you can purchase my substitution wheel for $10, and you can follow tutorials and learn along the way, follow the techniques, and create something really beautiful. So yes, sometimes quality of pencils are important, but sometimes if you can have a decent quality, no brand, no name pencil, if you can use a high quality or mid quality, no brand pencil, you can use my substitution wheel to follow this tutorial and create something just as nice and learn techniques with it. And one thing about my channel is that a lot of people have followed from the very beginning, 2016, and they're creating wonderful work now. They have their own YouTube channels as well, and in a way, I was there when things were kind of kicking off on YouTube with adult coloring. And one of the things that I recognized was that not everyone who follows this hobby can afford high quality pencils. So I hope my product, my tool that's available on Etsy in the description box below is very helpful, and I hope you guys can follow this tutorial and learn a lot. So guys, that's me, Tao from Shine Bright Design. Be you, be true, and shine bright.